आजकल हर इंसान की सेंसिटिव स्किन हो गई है
Right.
बिकॉज दे आर डूइंग टू मच. बहुत ज़्यादा कर रहे
Overlayering
हैं.
of
Overlayering
skincare
of skin.
products, makeup.
Yeah,
Right?
some people are doing 6 products in a day, 9 products in a day. Youngsters are starting with retinol. People are doing tretinoin. That's
Very dangerous.
dangerous actually. Dangerous है काफ़ी ज़्यादा. Too much partying happening. There is too much stress. There is too much makeup happening. So उससे आपकी स्किन ख़राब ही होती है. And each person would have a different journey. ये नहीं है कि आपके फ्रेंड ने वही चीज़ लगाई तो आपको उनको ज़्यादा इंप्रूवमेंट मिल गया, आपको नहीं मिला. बिकॉज देयर बॉडी इज़ डिफरेंट, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन इज़ डिफरेंट. आप जर्नी पे चल पड़िए. डेस्टिनेशन क्या है वो आगे देखी
बिल्कुल,
जाएगी.
correct.
6-8 महीने तो कम से कम देने पड़ते हैं इसके.
Right.
Regarding fairness, you know, that craze of fairness I've seen it abate a little bit in the recent past. Earlier everybody was obsessed about being fairer. Now people want relatively healthier skin. A lot of mothers still come saying that to my daughter this tanned and you know how can we make it brighter. What they made,
Gora, kaise
what they
bana
what they want to convey is that make them fairer.
Right. And how do you deal with people who say, I want to get fairer or 10 years younger? You know, they want miraculous change. Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Let's Get Skin Smart with Shelly. Today we have here Dr. Sachin Dhawan, who's a very famous dermatologist and has a huge fan base in Delhi NCR. He's not only known for his expertise on skincare, but also known for his smile, which never leaves his face. Today we'll be discussing on very important topics like PCOD, facial hair, which you all keep Googling, but never get a straight answer. So let's get the right answers from none other than Dr. Sachin Dhawan.
Hi everyone, I'm really excited and happy to be here, and I was really looking forward to this. So let's get rolling.
So, Dr. Dhawan, how you started your journey and what changes you have been seen in last 10 years or 15 years since you have started the clinic and...
So actually my journey started 25 years back when I had to choose the specialty I had to do for post-graduation. So typically at that time dermatology was not really a sought after branch. You know, people would choose surgery or medicine or pediatrics. And I had, you know, many of those choices available. The reason why I chose dermatology was I wanted a work-life balance, supposedly, though my wife would disagree because I work Sundays also and I work till 10 o'clock at night. Yeah, that was one. I didn't want things which had night calls and would disturb me. Dermatology was a rising branch at that time. People were really interested in this. The space was opening up. Yet, you know, knowledge about skin and skincare wasn't really adequate. So I had always been from childhood interested in overall skincare, maintaining my own skin. So I remember 25, 30 years back, people would not put sunscreen. I used to put sunscreen at that time also.
Somehow you knew that you'll be surrounded by pretty looking women back then?
That's an added advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So how do you think the skincare scene has changed since you started and till now?
It has absolutely changed. You know, when I did dermatology, I was doing dermatology. It was basically dermatologists were table chair doctors. You know, you only needed a chair and table, and you could do your work.
Right.
Drugs were very few. Procedures were not there at all. In fact, this branch was actually looked down upon. I remember when I was not married and looking at prospective brides, I you know, met a girl who was doing medicine. Her parents were HODs in PGI Chandigarh, and they said that, you know, we like this boy, but what we don't like is that he's doing dermatology. He'll not really do well in life.
So it was not considered like you are a doctor.
It wasn't considered that it was a lucrative branch where you could do well, you could you know, make a living for yourself. And you know, you had to compete with quacks, etc. also, which is actually true even now.
Yes,
but yeah, that's how it was back then. How it has changed is that, you know, when I started working, I joined Kaya Skin Clinic. I remember anybody who would come to us, whether it was for pigmentation, acne scars, we had only one answer for that: microdermabrasion. Now there are so many technologies,
many
and they are
options.
coming up every year. Actually, 3-4 new technologies are coming. There is no dearth of technology. Also, awareness has increased. Earlier, people had to be made aware that you need to take care of your skin. Now, people come to us and make us aware that, you know, okay, this technology is available on Instagram over there. So, awareness, willingness for people to work with their skin, that has improved. I remember when I started working, you know, if we suggested injectables to somebody, let's say a filler or something, somebody, let's say, is 75 years old and would come to us for a consult and would say, no, you have hollowness and you require a filler. They would say, oh, no, I'm too young for fillers. And now we have 17-year-old people coming in and saying that I want injectables to be done. So that's the kind of change that has happened. In the last 4-5 years post-COVID, in fact, social media really has opened up the space a lot.
Yeah.
In a good way and
In a bad way, yeah.
Bad way also,
Yeah.
because while awareness has increased,
Yes.
I've seen doctors turning from clinicians into, online content generators, and some of the
Yeah.
content is really good and
Yes.
it increases awareness, but some of the content is not so great as well. So a lot of confused people come to us. We have people who are maybe 16, 17, 13, 14 actually, who are ordering products online and who are using retinols, though you don't require a retinol
Yes,
at 16,
yes, at
15,
this
14,
age, yes.
that way. So that's the kind of change that has happened.
But how do you react when people come that I have Googled it and I've been using this product for so long, or I'm following this regimen, or they are following some influences? Are you happy, or you guide them then, of course?
See, I essentially take it on a case by case merit. So some people are actually using good products, and some of these products are really good. Especially the advent of Korean skincare in the last few years. They are gentle products. Before that, people used to use products which were very harsh, which were available. So if somebody is using those kind of products, I'm happy. I ask them to continue. I only ask them to add on the things which are missing in their regime. But sometimes people read about things which are illogical cures, like let's say,
The DIYs.
yeah, DIYs, you do this mask, you make this at home, you do. So those things, then I guide them that, this is not right for your skin, though it might look nice. There are also viral trends like putting your face in like ice bucket. So we all know as dermatologists that while it may refresh your face, it may temporarily
much of a difference.
constrict your blood vessels, but it's not much
Yeah.
of a difference in the long run.
Yes.
So that kind of guidance is required to be given.
And what change do you think has taken place of invasive technology and topical? Because earlier people were really scared of anything invasive, anything going under their skin. So that has changed?
Absolutely. People want invasive now. People come for it. People are sure that this is what I'm looking for. But at the same time, there's a certain subset of people who are not open to doing injectable treatments because they have seen their celebrities, their faces bloated up, and they are really scared to get into it. So you need to go to a provider who knows your face and knows when to tell you to stop. So invasive definitely has increased. Acceptance of invasive therapy, as well as acceptance in the society, has also increased. Like if you were to tell a friend of yours 10 years back that I'm getting Botox done, people would really, in hushed tones talk about you. But now everybody has got it done, and it's more about
started discussing fillers, right?
This is what I'm doing, and this is what my doctor is doing for you, which is actually a good thing. It's the society is opening up about these things. It has already opened up actually.
Right. And how do you deal with people who say, I want to get fairer, or 10 years younger? They want miraculous change.
Yeah. So what I tell people who want to look 10 years younger is that you can't achieve it only by doing skincare and treatments.
It's a holistic approach.
It's a holistic approach. You have to work with your exercise, look at your lifestyle, make sure that you sleep at night, sleep by 11 o'clock, sleep 8 hours, reduce your screen time, and most importantly, exercise we know is the best anti-aging. We all know about that.
Right.
And look at your diet as well. It has to be rich in antioxidants. It has to have your greens. It has to have avocado, spinach, the colored vegetables and fruits as well. So you have to be realistic in telling them that maybe 10 years is not possible to achieve now. If you had to look 10 years younger, you should have looked at it 10 years back.
Yeah.
Because prevention or prejuvenation is what is
absolutely necessary.
What is the important thing now.
Yeah.
When you're into your early 30s, you start looking at doing natural procedures like, let's say, PRPs and GFCs and skin boosters, so that you don't look your age when you're in your 40s and perhaps 50s. Regarding fairness, that craze of fairness I've seen it abate a little bit in the recent past. Earlier, everybody was obsessed about being fairer. Now people want relatively healthier skin. A lot of mothers still come saying that, my daughter is tanned, and how can we make it brighter? What they made, what they want to convey is that make them fairer. So if somebody comes up and really wants it, then of course there's technology available to make you reasonably fair, but not the kind of day and night difference that you see in certain actresses and all. Those actresses, the whole glutathione thing came in about a decade back, where people were doing IV glutathiones.
उससे कुछ होता है वैसे?
I think it's a
इंजेक्टेबल्स भी हैं, टैबलेट्स भी हैं, बट
yeah.
फर्क पड़ता है शायद.
It makes a difference. It does
Skin
make a
tone में
difference.
change आता है.
It does make a difference, but not the kind of day and light difference that you see with some people. People talk about certain actresses कि वो तो पहले she was dark and now she's become so fair. They have done it with a combination of things. It's about
Yes.
taking care of your skin,
Yes.
not just doing IV glutathione,
Yes.
doing certain other procedures like lasers and perhaps peels. And also quite a bit of it is makeup, and quite a bit of it is the editing that you do when pictures are released, videos are released. They are also edited. So you have to be you have to know that what you see is not really true that way.
So friends, tip number 1, रील रात को नहीं देखनी है, टाइम पे सोना है, 10:30-11 बजे. I think everyone is listening. और late night parties should be checked. You have to balance it. That's very important to keep your skin glowing. So just invasive technology, tablets, and that won't help. A holistic approach is required.
सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट बात ये होती है कि आप सोएं टाइम पे. हमारी बॉडी जो है, इट हैज़ टू बी इन अ रेस्टिंग फेज so that the stress hormones, cortisol, are low between 12 o'clock till 2 o'clock at night. If you're not sleeping at that time, अगर आप जागे हुए हो, आप फ़ोन पे हो, आप वीडियो देख रहे हो, नेटफ्लिक्स देख रहे हो, तो आपका जो मेंटल स्टेटस है दैट इज स्टिल इन अ हाइटेंड स्टेट ऑफ स्ट्रेस. तो स्ट्रेस हार्मोन कम होता ही नहीं है, आपका बॉडी सारा टाइम स्ट्रेस में रहेगा. स्ट्रेस ज़्यादा होगा, आप यूल पुट ऑन वेट. स्ट्रेस ज़्यादा होगा तो यूल हैव डार्क सर्कल्स, हेयर फॉल विल टेक प्लेस. सो हालांकि काफ़ी लोग नहीं कर पाते हैं वो, बट जितना पॉसिबल है, ट्राई बाय अबाउट 11-11:30 ट्राई टू स्लीप.
डॉक्टर धवन, कुछ पॉपुलर एपिसोड्स हैं टीवी के जिस पे ग्लूटाथायोन को बहुत मेंशन करते हैं कि इसको खाने से, लगाने से, इनके इंजेक्शंस लेने से यू बिकम वेरी फेयर. सो इज़ इट पॉसिबल? इज़ इट दैट मिराकुलस प्रोडक्ट?
देखिए, मिराकुलस तो नहीं है, हालांकि वो स्किन हेल्थ के लिए अच्छी चीज़ है. एंटीऑक्सीडेंट है, आपकी स्किन को प्रोटेक्ट करता है, थोड़ा सा स्किन के कलर को मे बी हाफ अ शेड चेंज करता है.
ओके.
और हर एक को नहीं करता है. 90% लोगों को हेल्प करता है, 10% लोगों को उसका कोई फ़ायदा नहीं होता. 3 तरह से इस्तेमाल होता है, या तो आप लगा सकते हैं, या आप खा सकते हैं, या आप इंजेक्ट कर सकते हैं. चौथा तरीका है स्किन के अंदर इंजेक्ट कर सकते हैं.
ओके.
तो अगर किसी को मिलाज्मा पिगमेंटेशन है तो स्किन के अंदर इंजेक्शन बहुत अच्छे से काम करता है. मतलब इट वर्क्स बेटर देन मैनी अदर थिंग्स फॉर मिलाज्मा, काफ़ी अच्छे से क्लियर करता है. लेकिन अगर हम IV ग्लूटाथियोन की बात करें तो उसमें 2 चीज़ें जानना बहुत ज़रूरी है. एक तो चौथे 5वें सेशन तक आपको पता चल जाता है कि आपको ब्राइटनेस दे रहा है कि नहीं दे रहा है.
ठीक
है. अगर नहीं दे रहा है तो देयर इज़ नो पॉइंट ऑफ परसिस्टिंग विद इट. दूसरी बात, सम पीपल डू हैव एलर्जिक रिएक्शंस टू इट. आई वुड से 1 in 50 people would either have an allergy while it is being injected. बॉडी में हाइव्स होने शुरू हो जाते हैं, अर्टिकेरिया होना शुरू हो जाता है. एक पेशेंट को हमारे ब्रीदिंग डिफिकल्टी भी हुई थी.
अच्छा.
तो गो फॉर इट, नॉट बिकॉज ऐसा नहीं है कि आप कहीं भी किसी स्टूडियो में जाके ड्रिप लगवा लें. यू हैव टू बी in a medical place to be able to manage if a reaction happens. दूसरा, quality of glutathione matters quite a bit. अगर आप और कितना डोज दे रहे हैं वो बेटर करता है. कुछ लोग 600 मिलीग्राम्स दे देते हैं, उसमें नहीं होगा वो. यू हैव टू गिव 2000, 3000, मे बी 4000 मिलीग्राम्स, तब जाके वो ज़्यादा फ़र्क आना शुरू होता है. खाने का ग्लूटाथियोन जो है वो अच्छा है, थोड़ा फ़र्क करता है, बट ये समझना ज़रूरी है कि खाने के बाद लेट्स से अगर आप 500 मिलीग्राम्स खा रहे हैं तो 0.3% ही उसका बॉडी में एब्जॉर्ब हो रहा है. क्योंकि बॉडी में गट के अंदर एंजाइम्स हैं जो कि उसको न्यूट्रलाइज कर देते हैं, एब्जॉर्प्शन होने नहीं देते.
रेस्ट गेट्स फ्लश्ड आउट.
सो यू नीड टू टेक द राइट डोज. आप 250 mg 100 mg लेते हैं तो, या कोई लॉजेंजेस लेते हैं तो उससे उतना हेल्प नहीं मिलता. देन द वे यू टेक इट इज़ ऑल्सो इम्पॉर्टेंट. अगर आप उसको माउथ के अंदर रख के एब्जॉर्ब कराते हैं तो देन इट डजंट गो टू द गट, स्टमक पे नहीं जाता, तो सीधा डायरेक्टली ब्लड स्ट्रीम में एब्जॉर्ब जाता है. चांसेस ऑफ इम्प्रूवमेंट आर मोर. तो एलर्जी का एक बात ध्यान रखें कि इफ़ यू आर अ पर्सन हु हैज़ एलर्जीज टू ड्रग्स, डिस्कस इट विद योर डॉक्टर बिफोर यू स्टार्ट ग्लूटाथियोन. और एक बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट चीज़ जो लोगों को शायद नहीं पता होती वो ये होती है कि अगर आपको कैंसर की हिस्ट्री है तो ग्लूटाथियोन मत लीजिए, क्योंकि वाइल इट इज़ प्रोटेक्टिव अगेंस्ट कैंसर इफ़ यू डोंट हैव कैंसर, वंस यू गेट कैंसर इट कैन एक्चुअली एक्सेलरेट कैंसर.
ओके.
तो ये चीज़ जो है रिसेंट पेपर्स में और स्टडीज़ में आगे आई है. दिस इज़ इम्पॉर्टेंट टू नो.
And people are getting these glutathione IVs at home also. Do you think it's
it is
safe?
Not, I don't think it's safe. Absolutely not safe. Because we have had people who in the first session, second session did not have an allergy. एंड इन द थर्ड फोर्थ सेशन दे स्टार्टेड गेटिंग एलर्जीज. तो आपका ऐसा नहीं है कि एक बार डॉक्टर के यहाँ लगवा लिया उसके बाद बाकी घर पे लगा सकते हैं तो एलर्जी नहीं होगी. यू मे स्टिल गेट एन एलर्जी. एंड इफ देयर इज अ रैश, लाइक आई सेड, देयर वाज अ पर्सन हु हैड ब्रीदिंग डिफिकल्टी. वी हैड टू मैनेज इट बिकॉज वी वर देयर, वी वर डॉक्टर्स इन द क्लिनिक. वी कुड गिव हर स्टेरॉइड इंजेक्शन टू मेक हर बेटर. घर पे होते तो क्या होता उनका फिर.
करेक्ट. तो आप सैलून में भी इट्स वेरी डेंजरस बिकॉज आई डोंट थिंक दे आर ट्रेन्ड इनफ टू हैंडल अ साइड इफेक्ट.
एब्सोल्युटली नॉट. दैट्स टोटली नॉट रिकमेंडेड. टोटली नॉट रिकमेंडेड.
एक चीज़ हम लोगों ने और नोटिस किया है इंडिया में स्पेशली, पीपल डोंट वांट टू विजिट अ डर्मैट. वो उनका लास्ट रिजॉर्ट होता है. वो खुद ही कुछ गूगल करते हैं, फिर कुछ घर में कुछ घोल के DIY कुछ बनाते हैं, उसको लगाते हैं, या कुछ किसी से पूछ लेते हैं. तो शॉर्टकट ढूंढते रहते हैं. हाउ गुड और बैड? ऑफ कोर्स इट इज़ बैड, बट हाउ बैड इट कैन बी?
देखिए, you have to see in what perspective you're looking for. If you're looking for general skincare, sometimes these home remedies are okay.
Right.
But if you have a disease, let's say if you have acne, you have pigmentation, and you really want anti-aging to be started at the right time, then you have to meet a dermatologist. You can't do it with your own homemade things or information available on Instagram. You can't do it. तो आपको अगर एक्ने है तो यू हैव टू रियलाइज. लॉट ऑफ पीपल फील दैट एक्ने है तो मैं खाने पीने को ठीक कर लूँगी, ठीक हो जाएगा, विच इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू. बट यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड, एज लॉन्ग एज यू आर गेटिंग एक्ने, यू आर ऑल्सो गेटिंग स्कार्स. एक दो करके पिंपल्स होते रहते हैं, लोगों के खड्डे पड़ जाते हैं फिर.
बिल्कुल.
यू हैव टू विजिट डर्मेटोलॉजिस्ट इफ यू हैव एक्ने बिफोर दे स्टार्ट टू डैमेज योर स्किन. सिमिलरली विद पिगमेंटेशन, लॉट ऑफ पीपल डोंट रियलाइज कि पिगमेंट हो रहा है. बिल्कुल. उनको लगता है कि थोड़ा टैन है, बीच में चले गए तो हो गया, स्विमिंग कर ली तो हो गया. वो पिगमेंटेशन परमिएट्स, वो परमानेंट हो जाता है बिल्कुल से. तो ट्रीट दीज थिंग्स अर्ली. डोंट वेट फॉर इट टू बिकम सो बैड देन इट कांट बी ट्रीटेड सो वेल.
अभी आई मेट दिस गर्ल हु सेड कि मैंने आपका पोर मिनिमाइजर लिया था ऑनलाइन, बट इट डिडंट वर्क ऑन माय फेस. उसके फेस पे एक्ने मार्क से, आइस पिक मार्क से पूरा फेस भरा हुआ था. तो आई टोल्ड हर कि इसको तुमने पहले ट्रीट करना चाहिए था.
Right.
And this happens with melasma also. People have like 15-year-old melasma, and they want overnight
changes to happen. Changes happen. So, yeah, ये in fact जो pore वाली चीज़ है ना, ये लोगों को पता ही नहीं होती है. These small holes are not pores. They are actually ice pick scars, which no product can make it better. No retinol can make it better. You have to do lasers to make it better.
But laser से कुछ हद तक ठीक हो सकता है, because we get lot of queries.
30 to 50% improvement pores में हो जाती है अगर आप प्रॉपरली अच्छे क्वालिटी का फ्रैक्शनल CO2 लेजर करेंगे. इट हैज़ डाउन टाइम ऑफ कोर्स, इट टेक्स अ वीक फॉर इट टू हील, बट बेटर हो जाता है. 5-6 सेशंस करने पड़ते हैं. इट हैज़ टू बी डन.
एंड देयर इज न्यू टेक्नोलॉजी राइट नाउ, माइक्रो नीडलिंग. हाउ डज दैट हेल्प?
माइक्रो नीडलिंग इज़ अ ग्रेट टेक्नोलॉजी एंड वी यूज़ इट फॉर लार्ज स्कार्स. क्योंकि नीडल्स जो हैं वो थोड़ा गहरी जाती हैं. लेजर वर्क्स मोर सुपरफिशियली. सो व्हेन यू हैव सुपरफिशियल पोर्स एंड पिट्स, lasers work better. But when you have deep scars where you need filling from inside, then microneedling RF becomes better. MNRF, microneedling RF. दूसरा, microneedling is also a very abused word. Starting from anything with derma roller to derma pen to microneedling RF, सब चीज़ों को microneedling ही बोलते हैं. You have to ask your doctor which is the right type of microneedling for you and what are you looking for. अगर आप सिर्फ brightness को देख रहे हैं तो you can put some products and do derma pen. That's microneedling. But if you're looking for deeper things, if you're looking for skin collagen rejuvenation, scar minimization, pore minimization, firmness of skin, then the superficial microneedling is not going to help you. Then you need microneedling RF.
So Amazon पे microneedling, derma pen सब मिल. Do you think ये घर पे कर सकते हैं? Is it advisable?
देखिए, derma rollers आप कर सकते हैं घर पे, but you have to know कि उसका depth कितना है. If it is 0.5 millimeter, you may still do it. But you need to really sanitize the derma roller when you use it again.
It can leave scars. Possible.
हाँ, अगर आप बहुत लंबे डेप्थ का करते हैं, बहुत ज़ोर से करते हैं, you can injure your skin. Then it can lead to pigmentation also. But derma pen and all अपने आप से नहीं करें. Definitely it's a medical process. You have to know what speed to use it at, what depth to use it at. खुद से नहीं करना चाहिए.
उसके भी साइड इफेक्ट हो सकते हैं डेफिनेटली.
जहाँ भी आप स्किन को माइक्रो इंजर करते हैं वो हील होती है. जब ज़्यादा इंजर करते हैं तो वो पिगमेंट हो जाती है. तो इफ़ यू कीप डूइंग इट विदाउट यू रियलाइजिंग, इवेंचुअली योर स्किन विल बिकम सेंसिटिव, योर स्किन बैरियर विल ब्रेक एंड यू विल डेवलप थिंग्स लाइक पिगमेंटेशन.
एक चीज़ मैंने और नोटिस की है कि डॉक्टर्स बहुत मतलब मे बी डाउन टाइम बहुत ठीक से नहीं बताते हैं बहुत लोगों को. तो दूसरे दिन पार्टी एंड पीपल गो फॉर अ लेजर और एनी काइंड ऑफ प्रोसीजर, फिर वो दे कंप्लेन कि नाउ वी कांट अटेंड द फंक्शन बिकॉज इट हैज़ फ्लेयर्ड अप. देखिए
क्या होता है कि देयर इज अ टेंडेंसी फॉर ऑल डॉक्टर्स टू, If you tell too much, then they ask too many questions. Time बहुत लग जाता है. I think information should be available. There should be somebody in the clinic who should really inform them. Maybe not the doctor themselves, but somebody from the clinical staff should inform them properly. एक और aspect इसका ये भी है. बहुत बार ऐसा भी हुआ है कि हम अच्छे से बताते हैं, but the patient comes back and says कि आपने नहीं बताया, because people don't register.
Right.
So I think it has to be in a printable format. They should be given it at the time of consultation. Ki this is the expected downtime, and these are the things that you need to take care of.
तो ideally procedure 1 हफ्ते या 10 दिन पहले कराना चाहिए.
आपको कुछ भी, हाँ जी, let's say if you're doing a medical facial, then 3-4 days is enough. But अगर आप कोई deeper procedure करा रहे हैं, 10 days gap between an important occasion and your treatment should be there.
Yes. I think that's a good advice.
Right. Because things can go wrong. You need to sometimes manage them. Especially if you're doing injectables like Botox and fillers, you need to have a 10-day interval so that in case you need some readjustment, you need to have that kind of time available.
डॉक्टर अभी नोटिस किया हमने फिलर्स have become extremely common. और काफ़ी you can say you can make out sometimes that somebody has just got done filler. So कुछ natural लगना चाहिए. Is it doctor's thing or sometimes they ask you to put more filler? Who's at fault? Like we have seen many pictures of celebs also, like they have a swollen face. So
two things are there. एक तो ये है कि doctors in India are taught to do fillers by the filler companies in a way which is standardized कि आप यहाँ पे करते हैं, यहाँ पे डाल दीजिए, सबको वैसा वैसा बना देते हैं.
Correct.
तो if a doctor has their own mind, they would use it according to the patient's face and needs. So you need to find a doctor who understands that it has to look natural. Not everybody should not look similar.
Yeah.
दूसरा ये होता है कि sometimes if money is not, there's no dearth of money, patients keep coming back and it's difficult for a lot of doctors to resist saying, no to them. And sometimes people insist also. They say कि मुझे तो कराना ही कराना है. If you don't do it, I'll go somewhere else and do it.
Yeah.
Then sometimes doctors tend to overfill that way.
Right.
Important thing to understand is that while we were taught that these fillers dissolve completely in 1 year's time, that doesn't happen. Maybe only 50% of the filler will dissolve in 1 year's time, and that 50% is still there. So when you do it the next time a year later, you should do lesser.
Right.
Otherwise, it'll keep building up and it'll keep swelling your face, and without you realizing, you'll start looking something different than what you originally were.
So I think it should be done in a very skillful way.
Yeah, in a subtle manner, skillful manner, over a period of time. Don't do like 10 ml fillers in one go. Do 2 in a go, then a month later you do 2 more, like that. Gradually work, sculpt your skin.
Dr. Sachin, PCOD has become a very burning topic right now. Lot of young girls have facial hair, they are losing hair, hair fall is very prominent right now, and acne, severe acne.
Right.
So is it PCOD or wrong eating habits or wrong lifestyle? How do you define it?
PCOS is a lifestyle related problem, no doubt about that. And since lifestyles have really changed in the last 20-25 years, the prevalence has really increased. Now it is said that about 30% of urban women, young urban women, have some form of PCOS. Plus it is being diagnosed more often because people are more aware of it. Doctors are investigating more often. You're getting to know about it more often. But there is definitely an increase in incidence. उसके 3-4 reasons हैं. एक तो lack of physical activity is one big reason.
Sedentary lifestyle.
Sedentary lifestyle. People used to walk to school earlier. Now they all go in like cars and buses. So that starts from the beginning. And there is affluence. So as a result, you're taking more milk products, more sugar.
Right.
The kind of food that we eat has changed entirely. Like I remember when I was a child, we used to go out once a month or once in 2 months to eat out. Now you have these home delivery apps which you eat out every day practically.
Absolutely. And burgers, pizzas, all white bread. Yeah.
A lot of dairy. Used to be, limited amount of milk used to be available earlier. But now it's unlimited amount of milk. The kind of milk has changed, kind of wheat has changed. The wheat varieties have changed in the last 30-40 years.
Yes, of course.
So as a result, people are getting gluten insensitivity also. Milk is not milk anymore. It's not a natural product. वो milk को powder में convert करते हैं. Powder के बाद फिर बाद में वो store वोर करके बाद में कुछ additives मिलाकर fat निकाल कर add कर. So it's actually a packaged food. And packaged food that comes in plastics. Plastics have increased.
Yes.
Food के अंदर microplastics dissolve हो जाते हैं. उसकी वजह से they work like hormone disruptors also. So that is why hormonal imbalances are more. Plus, sleeping pattern is very, very important.
Oh, yeah.
So what I told you earlier, that if you don't sleep on time, your cortisol levels become high. They affect other hormones,
Right.
and this whole cycle starts of insulin resistance, which leads to PCOS, or it leads to symptoms of PCOS like hair fall, facial hair growth, weight gain, darkening of neck,
Right.
darkening of exposed areas.
Right.
So all of that develops.
एंड यू वोंट बिलीव कि मैक्सिमम शॉपिंग जब सेल्स होती हैं ऑनलाइन रात को 11 बजे शुरू होती है और 2 बजे तक
Right.
चलती है. तो
Right.
जो सारे यंगस्टर्स हैं दे आर एक्चुअली शॉपिंग ऑनलाइन मिडल ऑफ द नाइट. So they are definitely not sleeping, sleeping in time, eating in time, and they also order food. Middle of the night they order food.
Absolutely. It's become
So-
cool to do that.
Yeah.
I see a lot of youngsters, like children who are 13, 14, 15, and their parents say that हम तो सो जाते हैं, बाद में पता नहीं क्या करते हैं. So there are kids who sleep at 4 o'clock at night, and
Imagine.
then they get up at 6 o'clock, 6:30 in the morning.
Right.
Chronic sleep deprivation. They are online, either gaming or on YouTube or Instagram or Snapchat. So वो सारा भी हमारे mind के साथ it's playing tricks with our mind.
Yeah.
We are being fed certain information which changes our brain chemicals also, and then the brain causes hormones to be produced in a certain
Right,
way which affects them, and that's why PCOS is more often. So if you want to prevent PCOS, make sure you exercise 1 hour every day, and all 7 days in a week. Make sure that you sleep on time, and try to have fresh food as much as possible.
Right.
Try to avoid the plastic containers in which the food
Right.
comes.
Right. So I think walking, swimming, cycling, playing any kind of a game is very important to
Right.
keep your skin and mental health sane, in sync.
Off time is also very important.
Yeah.
You have to be off gadgets. Your
Switch
mind
off
has
the
to
gadgets,
be relaxed. Switch off.
Yeah.
That's important.
So I think switching off your gadget is switching off your mind.
Mind.
So you are relaxed.
Yeah, because your gadgets are in your mind.
Absolutely. मुझे लगता है PCOD या PCOS you cannot treat only with medicine and topical application.
True.
Again, a holistic approach is required.
Absolutely.
Right.
I think things like yoga, exercise, they are very important.
Yes. So as a parent, what do you think? Your children are listening to you?
I think
Because we all go through this
The
phase
same
where
phase,
we have
yeah.
to explain them, but they are not listening to us.
I think
So-
fortunately my kids have been they have been listening, and that's why touchwood they're good.
So I have actually been through the same phase, but then they realize it later,
Yeah.
and they change their complete lifestyle. So I think every child right now is going through this
Yeah.
cycle where
So I think parents take up from how children take up from their parents. So as a parent, if you have responsible lifestyle, if you are sleeping on time, you are exercising, then they'll learn from you,
yes.
and they would follow suit. Sooner or later they'll understand that.
Yes. In fact, many parents visit us, and sometimes they also call, some girls, they call us on helpline.
Right.
Because they have facial hair, which was not very common before.
True.
And quite good facial hair on their face.
Right,
And
right.
then they're losing hair, they have severe acne, they have put
Right.
on weight, they have double chin. So they call, and we have to tell them that first you have to stop eating junk food.
Absolutely.
So
Often when, let's say, 3 generations come to us together, so grandmother is
Yeah.
there, mother is there, and the child is there, you can see the difference in their facial hair growth and body hair growth. The
Yeah.
grandmother would have practically no body hair. The mother would have some facial growth,
Yes.
but not so much body hair. Girls would
Yes.
now, youngsters have facial hair growth
Yeah.
and body hair growth. Problem is that it has become very normal to nowadays shave your face. While it is convenient, but it also creates skin issues. Like we get, like I'll talk about yesterday. So till 11 o'clock in the morning, I had 4 girls who had acne because they were shaving. And because online it has become normal to start
there's
shaving.
a word
Dermaplaning.
dermaplaning. Yeah,
Dermaplaning.
very interesting.
Yeah.
And वो Instagram पे बहुत दिखाते हैं.
बहुत दिखाते हैं कि
you
आप
get
ऐसे
all those, yeah.
पीच फज हटा दीजिए तो आपका स्किन बहुत ब्राइट हो जाएगा. But my suggestion to people is don't tamper with facial hair growth a lot. If you have soft growth, maybe if your skin is not very sensitive, try a little bit of a gentle herbal bleach. Maybe go to a dermatologist and do laser bleaching of hair, because those things are not disturbing your skin a lot.
Right.
But things like waxing and shaving is a never-ending process. Once you start shaving, you'll do it every 4-5 days. That way.
Right.
So sometimes acceptance is also important. If you have a little bit of growth, do not touch it. In fact, we get a lot of people who had soft growth. They went to clinics because nowadays it's not dermatologists who treat facial hair growth. It's also so-called clinics that do it. and they were encouraged to start doing facial laser, and now they have more hair than before because paradoxical growth of hair happens if you have soft hair.
So actually you disturb your skin barrier also by
by shaving
yeah.
frequently, yes, you can irritate your skin.
Yeah.
When the hair regrow after shaving, they pierce the skin, inflame the skin, and they develop these acne.
So it will do more harm than any good.
Yes, right? Absolutely. Like yesterday I had a girl who said that you treated me 5 years back and my acne went away. It has not come back, and it has only come back in the last 2 months, and I've been to another doctor and it's not getting better. So I noticed that she had short cut hair, and I asked her whether you've been shaving. She said yes, I've been shaving, and and then it occurred to her that ever since I started shaving, that's when the acne has happened.
The breakouts.
So all those 5 years she didn't get acne, but when she started shaving, then she started getting acne.
And doctor, laser has become very common. People are getting body lasers done, facial. तो कराते ही थे, पर body lasers have become extremely common. Men,
right.
I mean among men also, young boys are getting it done.
True.
So how safe, or do you think people should go?
See, technically, laser hair reduction is a safe process. It has been around for 30 years. It has not been associated with any kind of cancers or any kind of hormonal changes. There are certain sensitive areas which one should be very careful of, especially the private areas. But otherwise, body laser is a common thing. When you have hard hair, you can end up having a few pimples after the laser also.
Right.
Especially for men, since you brought up the topic.
Okay.
So one should be aware of that, and one should be able to deal with that. Otherwise, body hair reduction is a good convenience, and people have been doing it, and we have been doing it for people. Technologies have become better. There are triple wavelength lasers. There are in motion lasers which have made it into a very quick process. I remember earlier, 10-15 years back, when you used to do body laser, it used to take the entire day to do body laser. But now it is finished in a matter of 2 to 3 hours.
Right.
That way.
Right. So what do you think is the right time to get a laser done? What is the right age for boys and girls?
But technically speaking, 2 years for girls I'll talk about. 2 years after starting menstruation, that is menarche, or 15 years of age, whichever is earlier. Nowadays, girls are getting menarche or menstruation at a very early age, 11, 10 also. So I suggest people to wait till 15 to 16 at least. That's also a sweet spot because, once they go for college, you require about 2 years for these 10 to 12 sessions to be over. So when you start at 16, then it's over by 18, and then you only require maintenance sessions to be done. So that's the right age. And for boys, also around 16, 18. Ideally, boys do it much later. That way they're less bothered about it. They typically do it when, they start working and they start earning money, and then they get bothered about, arm laser or extra growth on the legs and chest and back. So that's the typical age. But
and
technically, after 16, it can be done.
Have you seen a change in... earlier women, of course, go more to a dermat, but men have also started coming, or earlier it was not there, and now there's more frequent male customers coming to you?
So you're right. In terms of absolute numbers, more men are coming, but in terms of proportions, even now women are much more. It's still 9 out of 10 is
so
women.
What is it? Awareness, or they are now more conscious about their looks? And
I think it's awareness, information availability, and the fact that men also, the way they look depends, quite a bit of it decides where they will reach in their corporate ladder.
Right.
If they look nice, if they look fresh, young. So we get a lot of, men in the 40s now saying that, I've started looking slightly, haggard. I've started looking unfresh. So as a result, my senior management is saying that, would you be able to lead a team like this or not? Or would you be the face of our organization or not?
Yes.
So that category of men is also coming to us now.
तो मुझे काफ़ी मेल फ्रेंड्स जो हैं वो मिलते हैं, कहते हैं हमारी स्किन तो बहुत अच्छी है. अब उनको बताना कि नहीं अच्छी है, एक्चुअली यू हैव टू यूज़, एंड आई हैव नॉट बीन, एंड वेरी प्राउडली दे से आई हैव नॉट बीन
मैं तो कुछ नहीं करता,
मैं कुछ नहीं करता. पर मुझे लगता है आई हैव टू टेल देम कि आप एक सिंपल मॉइस्चराइज़र, फेस मॉइस्चराइज़र, एक क्लेंजर भी नहीं लगाने को तैयार होते वो, पर एटलीस्ट अ फेस क्लेंजर और मॉइस्चराइज़र और एक बॉडी लोशन. आई थिंक वो 3-4 चीज़ें करो और सनस्क्रीन लगा लिया करो. तो मुझे लगता है वो थोड़ा धीरे धीरे हैबिट आ रही है. जो यंगस्टर्स हैं वो तो फॉलो कर रहे हैं, बट आई थिंक मिडिल एज मैन आर स्टिल फार अवे फ्रॉम दैट.
एब्सोल्युटली एग्री विद दैट. देखिए, अगर ऐसे लोगों को मैं बोलता हूँ कि अगर आपकी स्किन अच्छी भी है तो अच्छी मेंटेन करने के लिए आप सिर्फ चीज़ें करिए.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. मेंटेन भी करना बहुत ज़रूरी है।
मेंटेन करना
और मैंने मेन में भी बहुत मिलास्मा देखा है, बहुत कॉमन है,
बहुत बढ़ गया।
उनको हमेशा फोरहेड के साइड में या हाई चीक बोन्स पे बिल्कुल डार्क राउंड पैचेस होते हैं। सो समटाइम्स आई हैव टू टेल देम कि ये मिलास्मा और ये ठीक हो सकता है। एंड अगर आपने एक चीज़ और नोटिस की है, स्पेशली मेन हैव वेरी फेयर और यू नो दिस स्किन टोन इज़ वेरी डिफरेंट फ्रॉम देयर फेस. Their hand is much more cleaner and from their face. Because I think sun exposure बहुत होता है उनका.
3 रीजंस हैं उसके. एक तो जो सन के अलावा जो लाइट एक्सपोजर कंप्यूटर स्क्रीन से है वो भी ज़्यादा है. While women of course work, but men even now, and women take care and men don't take care. वो सनस्क्रीन लगाते ही नहीं है तो लाइट एक्सपोजर से फेस डार्क हो जाता है. बट दूसरा जो रीज़न है वो है इंसुलिन रेजिस्टेंस. जो लोग थोड़े सेडेंटरी हैं, फिजिकल एक्टिविटी नहीं कर रहे हैं या लाइफस्टाइल और फूड हैबिट्स अच्छे नहीं हैं, देयर इंसुलिन लेवल्स बिकम हाई, तो उनके साइड पे यहाँ पे डार्क पैच आने शुरू हो जाते हैं. तो वो जो पैच है वो मिलाज्मा ना होकर वो एक तरह से एक एकेंथोटिक मेलानोसिस बोलते हैं, एकेंथोसिस निग्रिकेंस की वजह से होता है. उसके अपने क्रीम्स होते हैं, आपके भी प्रोडक्ट्स हैं कुछ जो हम लोग यूज़ करते हैं.
पर ठीक हो सकता है वो, पर पेशेंस चाहिए. पेशेंस
चाहिए आपको. यू हैव टू वर्क विद योर बॉडी एंड योर माइंड, नॉट जस्ट वर्क विद द प्रोडक्ट्स एंड द ट्रीटमेंट्स. बट वो काफ़ी बेटर हो सकता है.
आपने नोटिस किया है कि जनरली पीपल है वेरी लेस पेशेंस व्हेन इट कम्स टू स्किन केयर. मुझे लगता है कि आ जाए और बस कुछ दिनों में ही शुड स्टार्ट लुकिंग लाइक अ स्टार, यू नो.
कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि किसी ने कंसल्ट किया और 3 दिन के बाद उनका मैसेज आता है कि ये इम्प्रूवमेंट नहीं हुआ. तो यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड इट्स अ जर्नी एंड ईच पर्सन वुड हैव अ डिफरेंट जर्नी. ये नहीं है कि आपके फ्रेंड ने वही चीज़ लगाई तो आपको उनको ज़्यादा इंप्रूवमेंट मिल गया, आपको नहीं मिला, बिकॉज देयर बॉडी इज़ डिफरेंट, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन इज़ डिफरेंट. आप जर्नी पे चल पड़िए, डेस्टिनेशन क्या है वो आगे देखी जाएगी. 6-8 महीने तो कम से कम देने पड़ते हैं स्किन को.
राइट. सो डॉक्टर धवन, मैंने देखा है कि समटाइम्स आप पार्टी में जाओ, लोग पार्टी में आते हुए तो रेड स्वॉलन फेस, तो वो लगता है प्रोसीजर सुबह करा के आए थे या एक दिन पहले कराया था, एंड देन दे से इट्स एलर्जी.
द प्रॉब्लम इज नॉट दैट, द प्रॉब्लम इज द पार्टिंग इज हैपनिंग टू ऑफन. क्योंकि उनको टाइम ही नहीं मिलता बीच में कहीं 2 दिन का जहाँ पे पार्टी नहीं है. एवरी डे देयर इज अ पार्टी. सो लॉट ऑफ पीपल कम टू अस सेइंग कि we tell them that there'll be a down time and they start calculating their social calendar. 3 महीने बाद मेरे पास 2 दिन है जहाँ पे की पार्टी नहीं है मेरी. तो वो जो है, आई मीन दैट इज़ द इल ऑफ द सोसाइटी, राइट. देयर इज़ टू मच पार्टिंग हैपनिंग, देयर इज़ टू मच स्ट्रेस, देयर इज़ टू मच मेकअप हैपनिंग. सो उससे आपकी स्किन खराब ही होती है. थोड़ा सा यू हैव टू हैव अ बैलेंस लाइफ स्टाइल. काफ़ी लोग रियलाइज़ नहीं करते कि अगर आपने प्रोसीजर कराया तो आपको स्किन को एक डाउन टाइम चाहिए. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि आपने आज माइक्रो नीडलिंग करा ली है या आज लेज़र कराया तो आज शाम को ही आपने मेकअप लगाना है. उससे योर स्किन इज़ ओपन, दोज मेकअप पार्टिकल्स विल गो इन, they may irritate your skin, they may get lodged inside those opened up channels. तो आपको थोड़ा सा जब प्रोसीजर कराएं तो 2-3 दिन का टाइम रखें जहां आप थोड़ा मेकअप नहीं लगा रहे हो, जहां आप स्वेटिंग वर्कआउट नहीं कर रहे हो, सन एक्सपोजर कम हो रहा हो, फॉर ऑप्टिमल रिजल्ट्स टू कम. एक और जो प्रॉब्लम हो गई है वो हो गई है सेंसिटिव स्किन. हम सुनते ही नहीं थे पहले, आज से 20 साल पहले. आजकल हर इंसान की सेंसिटिव स्किन हो गई है बिकॉज दे आर डूइंग टू मच. बहुत ज़्यादा कर रहे हैं.
स्किन केयर प्रोडक्ट्स, मेकअप.
Yeah, right? Some people are doing 6 products in a day, 9 products in a day. Youngsters are starting with retinol. People are doing tretinoin. That's
very dangerous.
Dangerous actually. Dangerous है काफ़ी ज़्यादा. लोग सुनते हैं Instagram influencers को या even doctor influencers जो West में हैं, their skins are different. वो लोग ट्रेटिनोइन लगा लेंगे, स्किन लाल हो जाएगी, कोई बात नहीं, नो प्रॉब्लम. फॉर देम रेडनेस मीन्स रिजुविनेशन. हमारी स्किन अगर लाल हो गई तो वो काली पड़ जाएगी, इट विल हैव पिगमेंटेशन. तो हमें ट्रेटिनोइन अगर यूज़ करना भी है तो बहुत ही केयरफुली करना है. एंड हर एक इंसान नहीं कर सकता. स्टार्ट विद अ लोअर स्ट्रेंथ, स्टार्ट विद माइक्रोनाइज्ड ट्रेटिनोइन, स्टार्ट बाय लेयरिंग अप द स्किन. पहले मॉइस्चराइजर लगाइए, फिर ट्रेटिनोइन लगाइए, फिर मॉइस्चराइजर लगाइए. स्टार्ट विद ओनली ट्वाइस अ वीक, स्टार्ट विद 1 hour, then go to 2 hours, then start doing it thrice a week, and then see if your skin can tolerate an overnight application very gradually. और ट्रेटिनोइन बट बिगिनर्स के लिए जिनकी सेंसिटिव स्किन है उनको थोड़ा अवॉइड ही करना चाहिए. अभी कल मैंने एक आई कंसल्टेड लेडी फ्रॉम मिजोरम, उसको सडनली यहाँ पे काले पैचेस और आँख के नीचे काले पैचेस डेवलप हो गए. तो आई मीन आई सेड यू मस्ट हैव यूज समथिंग डिफरेंट, तभी हुआ है. पहले तो उसको याद नहीं आया, बाद में उसने बताया कि मैंने ट्रेटिनोइन शुरू किया है लगाना. तो उससे क्या होता है, आपकी स्किन एक्सफोलिएट होती रहती है.
बिल्कुल करेक्ट.
उसके बाद अगर आपका सलाइवा भी वहाँ पे लगे तो वो इरिटेट होकर ब्लैक हो जाता है. लाइक शी वॉज वेयरिंग सन ग्लासेस, तो उसके पेग्स यहाँ पे लगते थे तो वो यहाँ पे लगने से इरिटेट होकर ब्लैक हो गया. तो ट्रेटिनोइन इज समथिंग दैट यू हैव टू यूज अंडर एक्सपर्ट मेडिकल गाइडेंस, एंड नॉट एवरीबडी, इवन डर्मेटोलॉजिस्ट समटाइम्स डोंट हैव द टाइम टू गाइड यू सो मच. तो आप रेटिनॉल से शुरू करिए, स्टार्ट विद द लोअर स्ट्रेंथ, रेटिनैल्डिहाइड यूज़ करिए, ट्रेटिनोइन को कीप इट फॉर लेटर.
मुझे लगता है इंस्ट्रक्शंस को बहुत सीरियसली फॉलो करना चाहिए. ये हम लोगों ने भी नोटिस किया है, दे ओवर यूज एक्ने प्रोडक्ट्स. अगर एक्ने है तो 2 बार लगाने के लिए लिखा है पर वो 6 बार लगा लेते हैं. देन दे कंप्लेन कि रेडनेस हो गई, फ्लेकीनेस हो गई. सो
दैट्स ट्रू. आई थिंक ये थोड़ा सा एप्लीकेशन टाइम इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, क्वांटिटी इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, हाउ यू पुट इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. कि आप रब करके लगा रहे हैं तो इरिटेशन होने के चांसेस ज़्यादा हैं. लार्ज क्वांटिटी में लगा रहे हैं, मल्टीपल टाइम्स लगा रहे हैं, तो योर स्किन विल गेट इरिटेटेड. So follow the instructions which come with the insert or what your doctor tells you.
Doctor, one more question. लोगों को ये रहता है कि प्रोसीजर्स का टाइम गैप कितना होना चाहिए, कब कराना चाहिए और कौन सा कराना चाहिए. So how to decide that? Like we have anti-aging के लिए क्या होना चाहिए?
देखिए गैप्स जो हैं वो अगेन वो डिपेंड अपॉन योर स्किन नीड्स एंड स्किन सेंसिटिविटी आल्सो.
So it depends on your skin age and your age or
quality
like
of skin.
How do you decide that?
Your skin age, how your skin looks when you start the treatment. अगर आप यंग टाइम में स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं तो you don't need to do procedures very often. You can do it once in a month or once in 2 months. But अगर आपकी skin already damage हो चुकी है तो then you need it a little more often. But don't do procedures very often. आपकी स्किन को रिकवरी टाइम चाहिए. अगर आप रिकवरी से पहले ही कर लेते हैं तो मिनिमम टाइम बिटवीन 2 procedures ऐसे इज 2 to 3 weeks. उससे कम टाइम ना हो तो अच्छा रहेगा.
So what is the right age to start skincare and what kind of skincare you suggest for different age groups like 30s, 40s, 50s?
I think starting from teenage is important that way because before your skin gets damaged with those teenage acne भी बहुत ज़्यादा prevalent हो गया है. Like when I was growing up probably 5% kids had acne.
Yes.
Now 80% kids have some form of acne, including my own kids had acne which had to be dealt with. So despite good diet and everything else, because there's a lot of pollution, there's a lot of stress, there's social media that messes up with your hormones.
Yes.
So when teenage years you need to use a good cleanser which is meant for acne, but it shouldn't be too harsh. So it shouldn't be really super drying cleanser. You need to use a water-based moisturizer which is non-oily, non-comedogenic, and you need maybe a silicone-based sunscreen or a physical sunblock which is not very sticky. When you go into your 20s, that is when the effect of stress and started working comes on your skin.
Yes.
So patchiness, pigmentation starts to develop. That is the time when sunscreen becomes very important.
Right.
And then you can start with minor molecules like niacinamide, which basically has a mild anti-acne effect, mild anti-aging effect, and mild anti-pigmentation effect as well.
Right.
You may incorporate vitamin C at that stage in life also. That way.
So it's night vitamin C or daytime?
Vitamin C tends to get deactivated when exposed to light. So if you're indoors, you can put it during the day also. But otherwise, evening or night is a better time to put it.
So daily, because उसका भी बहुत ओवर यूज हो रहा है vitamin C का भी.
Vitamin C भी राइट होना चाहिए. अगर आपकी एक्ने प्रोन स्किन है तो काफ़ी लोगों को एक्ने होने शुरू हो जाते हैं. एनहाइड्रस vitamin C इज़ बेटर, जो बहुत स्टिकी नहीं होते serums. Quality of product, the formulation is also very important. Lot of vitamin C serums are so sticky कि वो shiny layer बना देते हैं. तो अगर आपका वो shiny वाला यूज़ करेंगे तो एक्ने होने के चांसेस ज़्यादा हैं आपके. Strength is also very important. You can start maybe with the 10%
Milder,
first.
yeah.
And then as you get older, you can go to 20, 25, etc. That way. Overuse definitely नहीं करना चाहिए. 2-3 बार vitamin C नहीं लगाना चाहिए दिन में. And then in the 20s again, a gentle hydrating night cream you can start with. Toners and all, they don't suit everyone. One could use it, an alcohol-free toner. In the 20s, you could start using it. When you have a foundation good, your skin will last you for a longer. Good skin will last for a longer period of time. Once you enter into your 30s, that is when the real challenge and real work should start. That is when you should start also using products like a gentle retinol, maybe 2 or 3 times a week. Not very.
So alternate day, you suggest?
Yeah, start with twice a week. I tell my patients start with twice a week. Then after a month or two, once your skin is adjusted to it, then make it thrice a week, which is alternate days. And start with maybe a 0.1%, 0.3%. Go to 0.5 eventually. Don't go to 1%, 2%, 3% if you're in the 30s at that point of time. That way. Then at that stage you can start with hyaluronic acid also. Hyaluronic acid serums are also sometimes very sticky, so non-sticky ones would be good. Like you have a great product which I use pretty often, but that doesn't give you stickiness and gives you a lot of hydration. So उस तरह के product आप use करें उस समय. और फिर जब आप when you enter into your 40s, then perhaps if your skin allows it, you can look at micronized retinoin. You can,
Okay.
or you can look at a higher strength of retinol at
Okay.
that point of time. You can start it. And then peptides are also there. Peptides relax your skin, they increase collagen production. You can start using it around the 30s, late 30s to early 40s. AHA is also a great product to use when again you are in your late 30s, early 40s,
Okay.
because it will exfoliate your skin.
That's also alternate day or daily
Yeah,
night?
yeah. Again, I start with twice a week. Then after a couple of months, make it on alternate nights. That way. So you alternate it with retinol. You don't use it on the same day as retinol. And again, the layering process, using a moisturizer first. AHA generally has a slight tingling effect initially. And while it suits almost everyone, there'll be some people who will not tolerate it well. So you must test and use it. Do a patch test on the neck for 3 days. You don't develop allergy with one application usually. People typically think this may take they test it for 1 day on the neck and they start putting it on the whole face, and then they end up having rashes. 3 दिन neck में test करिए, 3 दिन face पे test करिए, same
फिर
spot पे
लगाना शुरू
करिए,
करिए।
फिर पूरे चेहरे पे लगाना शुरू करिए. That is better. So
I think our audience have got some great tips on skincare routine. So I think I always tell people skincare is not about looking good. It's also about, it's all about skin health. So skin health is very important, like your internal health.
Absolutely.
तो जल्दी अच्छा खाना शुरू करोगे तो it's going to last for a long time. I think अच्छी products लगाना शुरू करोगे it's going to last for a long time.
Absolutely, absolutely. There is also these days anti-inflammatory diet that
Yes,
people talk
becoming rage.
Very
Yeah,
popular.
Yeah.
I think it makes sense. It's not something new. We always used to have anti-inflammatory diet when we
Yes.
were children
Yeah.
or a generation
yeah.
back. ये तो हम हट गए हैं. We have veered away from that good diet, and now we are taking inflammation-causing diet. That's why people are rediscovering the fact that using that kind of food is important. A lot of greens, a lot of salads, not with salad dressings but raw salad.
Yes.
A lot of avocado, spinach,
Right.
blueberries, blackberries, strawberries. All these berries are also very, very good. They are anti-inflammatory in
Antioxidants,
nature.
yes.
Taking some nuts based on your body constitution. So they have omega-3, 6 and 9. Those things are very, very important. And remember, exercise is the most anti-inflammatory thing you can do.
Yes.
And sleep is the most anti-inflammatory thing that you can do.
I think people have to pick the good parts from social media. Then, the other parts where they think if they are missing party one night, they have missed out on something very big, So,
Yeah, that FOMO that comes.
yeah, वो बहुत ज़्यादा हो गया है.
बहुत
So, I think that's a very big reason of stress in
Absolutely.
youngsters and I think all age groups.
Yeah. Not only youngsters. We have 60, 70-year-olds who also get stressed because they missed going to a party.
Yeah. Because they think they are not there.
Absolutely.
And I think it's a very unreal world there. And people think it's a real world.
Especially in bigger cities, metros and all. So it's become like that. Pehle people used to just start getting injectables done like Botox and fillers. But now people have realized that these fillers also tend to stay in the body for a long time. They don't really totally dissolve. And that is why people, rightly so, are getting aware that try to reach a stage where you don't need fillers up till you're much older. So, and you can do that by two very natural methods. You can do PRP or GFC, where you take your blood, take out the platelets, take out the growth factors and inject it in the skin. Start doing that early. That helps in two ways. It hydrates your skin and it also helps to preserve your fat and collagen. Fat and collagen is important. People lose weight and as a result they start getting shrunk faces.
Yeah, or a droopy
shriveled
face
or
sometimes,
pruning takes place. So by doing PRP, you are trying to prevent it. If you start it early enough, you will see your skin will remain very supple. And then you do skin boosters, things like Profilo injection or Restylane skin boosters or various other skin boosters like Skin Weave is there. Start doing it early so that you keep that fullness there. If your skin will be full, it will not sag.
Correct.
So, and these are natural ways where persistence is not there.
So what is the downtime of PRP?
There is initially a slight inflammation because you put something in the skin for a day or two, and there are often some bruises that develop because you're sticking a needle into the skin. So if those bruises happen, you can cover them with makeup, but they stay for about 7 to 10 days time.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think that's important tip. Like people should think before getting a PRP.
But the good part is that you are only probably doing it 4 or 5 times initially with a gap of 1 to 2 months. After that, you only would need to do it once in 4 months, probably thrice in a year. So if you start early, But if you've already allowed your skin to get totally saggy, shriveled, pruned, then only PRP is not going to be enough. Then you'll need those fillers to be done.
Yeah. Now I think we know why it's difficult to guess age.
Yeah,
People
absolutely.
are looking very
Absolutely.
young, you know, for their
Absolutely.
age.
Absolutely.
So Doctor, शादी season is round the corner. In fact, आते रहते हैं शादी season और बहुत सारी शादियाँ होती हैं इंडिया में.
ठीक.
So give us some tips for bride and groom. Groom actually more important because they don't really they look after their skin but not in a very serious way.
Serious way. So I think what I strongly believe is that if you are looking to look good on your marriage day, you should start working on it 6 months before at least. You know, that will give us enough time to work on your various issues.
Right.
So start with a medical facial, like perhaps a hydrofacial or an aqua infusion. You know, and start early. Do it once a month for at least 6 months because 5-6 sessions give you improvement. And if you have certain issues like pigmentation, then perhaps start doing processes like laser toning at an early stage. And you know, if required, one could also do PRP in brides and grooms,
Right.
because it gives them that suppleness. Skin boosters are often done nowadays for brides and grooms. And if you have a deficiency on your face, like if you have you know, imbalance of facial features, let's say a smaller chin, then you can at that point of time start doing fillers to restructure your face. If you've got a broad face, you can do Botox to shrink the masseter muscle so that you get the right shape. See, I feel strongly that while you have to have good skin, but if you have minor flaws in skin color, etc., you can hide them with good makeup. But facial shape, you cannot change, you know, beyond a point. So work on facial shape. That's why you require 6 months. Good products like we had earlier spoken about are important. You need your cleansers, toners, moisturizers, AHA based products. And if you're a certain age, then you require your retinol to be used as well. That way. You know, makeup cannot hide skin texture. So if you've got enlarged pores, then start doing a fractional laser. The pores become smaller and the skin looks smoother, you know, near to that glass skin that people aspire to achieve.
Dr. Dhawan, आपको कितने 25 years और more than
Yeah,
कितने साल हो गए?
21-22 years in clinical practice, and before that I was doing my dermatology. So about 25 years with you know, I have been in touch with dermatology.
So what is the best part of being a dermat, or let's say which is the most rewarding part of being a dermat?
I think when a patient comes to you and tells you that, you know, I'm feeling very confident because now my skin is better and that my life has been transformed, I'm happier, I'm feeling better in my relationship as well.
Yeah.
So that I think is the most important and rewarding
Right,
part. That makes you really happy. You feel that you're doing something. You know, for surgeons, the rewarding part is doing surgery.
Yes.
For us, the rewarding part is seeing the change.
Right, right. Because I think severe acne or pigmentation works on your confidence also. You get little, you know, shaky about your entire look.
Right.
तो अगर आपको कोई अच्छा पेशेंट आता होगा कि आपने मेरी लाइफ चेंज कर दी तो
हाँ जी.
think
I'll tell you a very interesting thing. Recently, I was at the hospital, Fortis, and there was a patient who came, and a young boy had come along with her. So she told me that, you know, this boy who's now 24 had come to you for the first time when he was 3 years of age.
good lord.
So I took a picture with him.
So at 3, what problem he had? He was a dry skin or something?
He had some eczemas, atopic
Okay.
dermatitis,
Okay.
and now he's all grown up. So she had specially got him with her to show.
It was great talking to Dr. Dhawan. So friends, I think you will take all the advice and instructions very carefully and follow it in a very serious way. And stay tuned for the next episode.